All right, let's dive into something we all use every single day, but almost never really think about: money. Why do we even have it? Today, we're going to look at the brilliant work of economist Armen Alchian to uncover a pretty surprising answer.
Seriously, why money? Why don't we just, trade the stuff we have for the stuff we want? It seems like it should be so much simpler, right? Well, the real answer is way more fascinating than you might think.
Now, if you ever took an Econ 101 class, you probably heard this explanation. Barter is tough because I have to find someone who not only has what I want, but who also wants what I have. The classic example, right? The farmer with wheat has to find a shoemaker who is just dying for some bread. It sounds logical, for sure. But what if it's not the real story?
What if the biggest obstacle to trade was never about finding the right person with the right stuff, but was actually about overcoming simple, crippling ignorance? This is the powerful idea that Armen Alchian brought to the table, and honestly, it completely flips how we look at money.
So let's try to see barter through Alchian's eyes. Let's uncover what he saw as its true hidden flaw.
Just think about it for a second. When you trade, how do you really know the thing you're getting is any good? Is that diamond you're being offered actually real? Is that barrel of oil pure? Is that shipment of wheat free of rot? The cost of figuring all that out, of verifying the quality of everything you might trade for, it would be insanely high. This uncertainty, this simple ignorance, is the real roadblock.
So to break this down, Alchian basically splits the world into two types of people. On one side, you have novices, and let's be real, that's most of us, for most things. It would cost us a ton of time and money to figure out if, say, a rare stamp is authentic. But on the other side, you have experts. These are the specialists who can cheaply and reliably check the quality of one specific thing. A jeweler, for instance, is an expert in diamonds.
So just how expensive is this ignorance when two regular people, two novices, try to trade with each other? Well, the numbers are kind of shocking, actually. Let's stick with Alchian's main example here. Let's say you have some diamonds and you want to trade them with someone else who also has some diamonds. Now, you know your diamonds are good, but you have no earthly idea about theirs. And of course, they feel the exact same way about yours. And this is where the math gets absolutely wild. Alchian calculated that if two diamond novices tried to trade with each other, the cost of each one verifying the other's gems is so incredibly high that only 4% of the original value is left over after the transaction. 4%! Trading diamonds for oil is a little better, but you're still losing 92% of the value. Let me just say that again, because it's staggering. A full 96% of the potential value is just gone. It evaporates, eaten up entirely by the cost of trying to overcome ignorance. This is why direct barter is, in so many cases, a complete non-starter. So the really crucial idea here is that trade isn't just about swapping items. It's about swapping trusted information about those items. And when it's really expensive to create that trust, the trade itself becomes impossibly costly. Okay, so how do we fix this? How do we escape this trap where information is just too expensive? This is where the real breakthrough, the genius of it all, really happens. Let's follow the journey. Our diamond novice wants to get some wheat. If he trades directly with a wheat novice, well, he's left with just 12% of the value. Not good. Okay, so what if he goes to a wheat expert, like a professional miller? That gets him up to 19%. A little better, but still not great. But now, look at step 3. Here, he does something different. He sells his diamonds to a diamond expert for some special good C, and then he uses that good C to buy wheat from the wheat expert. And the result? The net value skyrockets from 0.19 all the way to 0.767. That's a massive, massive leap. By using two separate experts and this weird intermediary good, he keeps almost all of the value. So what in the world is this magical good C? You guessed it. Good C is money. And its defining feature, the thing that makes it so special, isn't that everyone wants it, but that everyone can recognize it. It's the one good where the cost of figuring out its quality is practically zero for everybody. We are all experts in recognizing a dollar bill or a quarter. So this is the big idea. Money isn't just a medium of exchange for goods. It's a medium of exchange for information. You pay the jeweler in dollars because the jeweler doesn't have to spend any time or energy worrying if your dollars are legit. This simple fact allows you to cheaply buy their expert knowledge and their assurance about the quality of the diamonds. Once you start to see money this way, as a tool for information, It has these incredibly broad and powerful implications for understanding, well, pretty much the whole economy.
I mean, Alkian himself said it perfectly right here. It is not the absence of a double coincidence of wants, but the costliness of information that induces the use of money. It's not about matching wants. It's about making it cheap to know what things are really worth.
And what's so cool is that this idea explains so much more than just money. It explains why we have specialist middlemen, like used car dealerships or art galleries. It's why a company's reputation or a brand name is such a valuable asset. It's just a low-cost signal of quality. It even explains why the price spread, the difference between the buying and selling price, is so much bigger for a used car than for a share of stock. It's all about the cost of information.
And this leaves us with a final, really interesting thought for today. Money solved the information problem for physical goods, but in our modern world of digital services and online identities, what are the new forms of money we use to buy trust? In an age of just endless information, what are our best tools for overcoming ignorance? It's a question that really proves just how relevant Alchian's ideas still are.